Welcome back to Goonie's World. My name is Goonie, also known as Colin, and I'm joined by Johnny Fabro, also known as Sean.
Hey there, how are you doing, everyone out there in the world?
And, of course, our GM Meanie, also known as Ryan.
Hello, everybody. And we're going for episode number 4. In our NUKED game, which I found on Reddit. And they have it itch.io. If you haven't already checked them out, I highly recommend it. But anyway, they seem like a nice couple dudes. And, but our, well, I hesitate to call them heroes. Our friends, Dennis and Honcho, when we left them off, I believe they had just approached the exterior of the Bane Labs building in Lake City.
Yep.
Now, it has been suggested to you that, it would be impossible to get inside. But, who knows? Now, it's a not a huge building, but it is pretty good size. It's probably about, it looks like it probably about 30 feet, 35, 40 feet high, maybe like, the height of a 3 or 4 story building, and it's a perfect square, just about, and it's all like, you don't see any windows. There is a door in the front, in the center, and there's sort of a U-shaped driveway in front, and a sign above the door was not really a sign, it's just letters kind of planted into the alabaster surface that spell out Bane, but that's the only identifier, other than in the center of the U-shaped driveway there's sort of a grassy knoll, you might say, and
watch out for second shooters. It's a grassy knoll.
And in that little grassy area, there is a statue of a fairly attractive, confident-looking man with a smirk on his face, which you can probably assume to be Bane himself.
Yeah, look at that smug asshole.
I think he looks cool. He looks like the NPC of a really cool dude. That's what I think. But
I don't like him.
Yeah, our listeners will not. Many listeners won't know this, but Brendan Bane is a character who is kind of a supervillain in our Cape City games and has appeared in our Gonan's World games, and he's sort of a multi-dimensional villain. And so, we will drop many in-jokes that you might not get, but that's okay. Yeah. He does look like a smug son of a bitch, don't he?
Yeah, he certainly does, and he for all you know, he could be alive and or have implanted his consciousness into some technology, or who knows, the guy certainly had no limit to what he could spend money on, so who knows what's inside this crazy place.
There's some fine relics in there, that's what I know.
Yeah, we gotta find a way in there first.
No, they say there ain't no way to get in. That's what they say. But I know you're going to find a way, Mr. Pickle, because you smart.
That's right. Ain't nothing keeping me out of there. But I say maybe, we ought to think about getting closer and seeing if we can spot any security measures, anything like that.
Okay.
It sounds like you're going to approach the front door, then?
Well, we might want to actually kind of circle around, if we can, the whole thing and see if there's any other openings or doors, since this building is so old. Although they do say it's impenetrable, there could be something, a hole in the wall or something.
Might as well give it the old reach around at least once.
Well, on the left side of the building is kind of a small parking lot, and it doesn't abut a building behind it or to its right either. So yes, you can circle around the entire thing if you were so inclined. And so I'm going to assume that since you approached it from what would be, if you were facing it the left side of the building, I'm going to assume that you head down like that, around that corner and down that left side of the building through that parking lot. And in the parking lot, I should mention there's kind of a large flatbed. It's obviously old, ruined, useless semi, but it's got it's like a semi truck with a large wide load flatbed on it, all broken down and rusted out. And the building side, also no windows on this side, but the entire side of the building almost looks like it is sort of split down the middle, and it looks like there are basically two massive floor-to-ceiling doors that would either, you can't tell how they open, but it looks like it would either open outward or slide open. Mm-hmm. It's hard to say, but they're really, really big.
Damn, that's a big door.
Yeah, well, it actually might be easier to get in the front door if the front door is what they think people are going to come in, where they're going to come in. It might be more secure the front door. This door, we'll have to keep an eye on this one. It's an option maybe, but let's see what else we got.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about what goes in and out of a door this size. That is a humongous door. Big ass robots going in and out door like that.
Could be.
But it's all right because we's fearless robot fighters, ain't that right, Mr. Pickle?
Yeah, we took care of that one son of a bitch. We'll take care of the others.
That's right.
Now I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Jerry Green, the quote-unquote glowy, had suggested to you that he believed that there was indeed some kind of giant, robot guarding this place.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Okay, I thought so. Just making sure.
Yeah, he's on the lookout for some giant robots.
Well, you ain't seen one yet. And, but that's really about all that's of interest on the left side of the building, and you carry on around to the back, which is just kind of a filthy alley between this building and the one behind it, which is kind of a crumbling brick mess. Looks like it's probably not being used for anything currently. And there is nothing on the back wall at all. It's completely featureless. And as you come around the corner to the right side of the building, you see that similarly this is the side. There's no windows, no doors, like nothing.
Just nothing.
Now I wonder, Mr. Pickle, you think maybe we should just try the door? You never know.
Yeah, I'm a little hesitant with it seems like that's the first thing people are going to try, and ain't nobody got in yet.
Well, maybe there's just such a big rumor, that is so impenetrable that nobody's ever tried to penetrable it before and get inside. They tried to penetrate, whatever that word is. But another thing.
I thought you were a cunning linguist. Now you said
I
you were
forgot I was a cunning linguist. That's how I knew to correct myself, because I'm a cunning linguist. But I'm learning. But when we was staying at that hotel, and we was staying up on the upper floors, I looked out the window and I saw on top of some of the rooftops and the other. Sometimes they get like ventilators or something. So maybe if we get up on the roof, there might be some way to get down in through some kind of, ventilators or shafts or whatnot.
Yeah, so I remember that was a suggestion, and I got these wings. I just want to, spread out, kind of cramping up, and but those are just for gliding. I can't really fly up, but if I could climb up somehow, and then if I fell, I could just glide to safety. And if there wasn't an opening, I could glide back down. But I got to get up.
Yeah, here, take the end of my rope here. I got 50 feet of this here rope. Take the edge of it. Start climbing, Mr. Pickle.
So is there anything to climb up with, or would that be very difficult to do?
So the building itself is basically just like, it's the exterior is pretty grimy, obviously due to the years of not being washed or anything, but it's pretty freaking smooth. I mean, you would almost have to like either, I don't know, maybe I don't want to give you too many suggestions. It seems like it would be, let me just say, it seems like it would be very difficult to scale the side of the building. Mm-hmm. You might have to, construct something or come up with something.
Yeah, this thing looks like a solid cube that I don't think I'm going to be able to scale. But is there any of the buildings nearby like that same height as this?
Well, yes, the crumbling, ruined brick building behind this, now the alley, it's not. The alley between the two is not super wide, and you could probably jump from part of the ruins to the roof of this building if you were so inclined. I didn't even think of that, but that's a good point.
Yeah, because with these vestigial wings, I can glide at my current level, which is 4. I can glide up to 40 feet, so I think that hopefully should do it.
Yeah, then you could pull me up with the rope.
Yeah,
I would say that probably the only real risk there, and there's not too much of one considering the wing situation, would be that the brick structure beneath you might not be able to support your weight, but even if you fell or something, obviously it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So
Mr. Pickle ain't afraid of that.
No. I live my life this long. I ain't afraid of dying. So I'm finally doing something with my life now. I think I gotta ascend up this other building and soar.
Okay, well, I leave it up to you. You walk around back to the backside of the building and assess this sort of crumbling brick structure and see if you can find a way up. And of course, basically it's going to be either not brains, but either muscle or agility, depending on how you want to approach it. Like pulling yourself up with your raw strength or dexterously climbing.
Yeah, my agility is 1 higher than muscle. So I might want to I might have to use that rope to get up somehow. Is there that would still require strength to pull myself up. I don't know. That's probably...
I think he's overthinking it, Mr. Pickle. Just jump up there and start climbing. I bet you'd make it.
Yeah, I don't have no bright idea, so I guess I'm just gonna try to climb up.
We done good so far without having any bright ideas. Between the two of us, I don't think we had a single one.
Oh no, I don't know about that, but I had a few. You didn't have nothing, But, you know, you're still learning. Yeah, you just sit back and watch. I'll climb up.
All right.
Why don't we start actually with a brains roll to see if you can find a path up that will not, collapse.
Okay. And I rolled a 10, and I have a 12.
All right, well, that's going to succeed. So it looks like you have found a route. Now, make your muscle end or agility, depending on which you choose.
I mean, I don't think I'll just use muscle because I can't think of any other intelligent way other than pulling myself up. And I got an 11 and I have a 12.
Nice.
Another success. All right. Well, you find yourself perched on a little section of brick wall about 12 feet higher than the roof of the building, the Bane building. So you can easily glide from here down to the roof with no issues.
All right. Well, he's going to take off his oversized shirt and tie it around his waist. Let his wings spread out. Oh yeah. Oh, feels good in the breeze. I don't even know what they look like, if they're like leathery wings or they're like feather. I mean, I guess that would be up to me.
I think so, yeah.
I think they would be like pretty nasty looking with
like gnarly old bat wing.
Yeah, with a few like little stubby feathers, but some veiny and gross, like what you would expect an old
like
man's wings to look like.
Like gnarled little claw hand thing
Bat
on
things,
one end. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm going to jump and soar. I don't even think it says anything like, that I need to roll. Just
No,
glide.
I don't think you do. I wasn't going to make you roll a dang thing, and just you just kind of spread your nasty wings and glide down, and you find yourself on top of this large building. And Honcho, watching from below, you see your father figure, I guess, as it were, spread out his grody wings and glide down almost gracefully to the top of this large building.
Damn, that's a graceful sumbitch right there. You's a graceful sumbitch, Mr. Pickle.
What?
Nothing.
You probably talking shit on me.
No, hey, I'm gonna toss up this here rope. I'm gonna toss up the end of this here rope. You grab it and pull me up.
Toss up the rope, will you?
Yeah, okay, good idea. I'll like swing it around a few times, get some momentum and toss the big wadded end up there, so you can catch on to it.
I think you can do that pretty. I mean, whatever. It's. There's really no stakes. You can throw it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like So I'm not going to make you roll. I just assume that you get it.
I take 20. I take 20.
Eventually. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before you climb up there, I might look around and see if there's any, even reason why you would need to climb up here. If there's any kind of vents or door up here at all or anything.
Well, yes, there's no door, but there are along the up. So at the front of the building, there are 6 like ventilation things, like installations, like equally spaced out across. There's like 3, and then kind of blank area, and then three more. These do not appear as though they would be anywhere near large enough if you removed them to get down inside, unfortunately. And then at the sort of back of the building, sort of in the middle, in the center, there is a large grate with a fan sort of spinning, and you can feel like sort of warm, humid air blowing out of it. But it's large. If you could possibly find a way to stop it, we might be able to drop down, but you'd probably need to use the rope because it's a long ways to the floor.
Mm-hmm. Well, come on up, Honcho.
Okay, give me a pull.
Well, yeah, I will. Is there any way to tie the rope off?
Yeah, you could tie it to one of these 6 smaller ventilation tube things pretty easily.
Okay, well, and I'll scamper on up once he does that.
We got a big fan here. This big vent system here. I figure we maybe now is this fan like actually turning?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I got this crowbar I could stick in there and jam it up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And I also got this here metal briefcase full of poker chips. Might be less useful to us than a crowbar, so I could put that in there too. Whatever you think's best. We got a couple options.
Well, yeah, I don't think them poker chips gonna do much at all. But I'm gonna cram this crowbar in here and hold on to it. I don't know what's gonna happen.
So you're gonna take the grate off first, or you're just gonna try to get the fan blade stopped?
Well, I might as well use the crowbar first in case it gets fucked up in the fan to remove the grate with it now.
Alright, fair enough. So you're going to jam the crowbar down into the spinning fan blades? And it's not spinning super fast, but...
After I get the grate off.
Oh, you're taking the grate off first. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't... In case I can't use the crowbar later, so I'm going to try to pry off the grate.
Well, that's going to be a muscle roll, I think.
Alright. I don't need your muscle for this. None of you got none. I rolled a 2.
Alright, well, you're able to pry the grate off with no problem at all.
Yep, well, yeah, I got that veteran kind of strength. You know, muscle just grows in with age, I think.
Old man strength is a thing, it's true.
Yeah, does seem to be true. Seen some old men knock younger people out, and the UFC happens. All right. Well, now I want to try to cram this in here. You try to get it in on an angle and see if we can wedge it in there.
All right. So you begin trying to wedge this crowbar into the fan in order to stop it spinning, and you were caught off guard. I mean, it's not spinning very quickly, but just by how strong the motor apparently is, make a muscle roll, or it's going to pull this crowbar out of your hands.
Yeah. Okay. God damn it. 17.
Well, you jam your crowbar down in there, but the strength of the motor, it rips the crowbar out of your hands, and you hear it like whistling in the wind as it falls, and then clangs on the floor below.
Yeah, damn sucker ripped it right out of my hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna jam this here. I'm gonna jam my metal briefcase in there. It's edgy. It's thicker, maybe it'll do a little better. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna try it. So I'll shove my metal briefcase full of poker chips in the same spot and do my best. I'll make a muscle roll. I have a 14. And I rolled a 4. Full 10 less. Hopefully that will work.
All right, well so there's the fan itself is spinning. It's sort of like got this cross-shaped support structure that it's attached to, and you jam this metal briefcase down in between one of the cross braces and the fan blade, and it begins to crush this case, but it does stop the fan.
Well, you done it.
Well, yeah,
you don't know how long it's gonna stay.
I
like
know.
this.
We don't know how long we got. So let's tie off this rope here on the crossbeam and shimmy on down.
Okay, yeah, we got to hurry then.
Yeah, we gotta hurry.
All right.
So you tie off the rope onto this support beam and drop it down into the building. Who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right. So Honcho slides down the rope, and
rope burn.
And Dennis is going to go next.
You know what? Well, I'll go in, but I got these wings ready.
Oh, that's true. You've got the wings, so you don't even need to use the rope.
No, I don't really. But yeah. I mean, I don't know how far down this thing is, so.
It's about 40 odd feet, so the rope is long enough, but just. However, you don't even need to use it. So Honcho slides down the rope, and then you just begin gliding, and you were glad when the fan begins spinning again and chops the rope that you didn't need to take the rope down, because you would have still been some 20 feet in the air, perhaps. And it wouldn't have even really mattered that much, because you could just initiated a glide or something, but still. It's a little bit surprising when it starts spinning again, and the ruined metal briefcase crashes to the ground alongside the severed rope.
Whoa, heads up.
However, you find yourselves in a very wide, nicely lit hallway, and you can see way down towards the front of the building a door. And behind you see what must be an elevator. And there's clearly what appears to be up ahead of you, both on the left and the right, two very, very large rooms, like airplane hangar-sized rooms almost. With large... Well, they don't even have doors. They're just... You can see huge gaps in the corridor walls.
Let's check out these here big rooms first, and then go on from here. I'll check out the right one. You check out the left one.
Yeah, well, speaking of big rooms, that might be where big robots live.
Well, it's best to find that out now.
Yeah, I suppose. So we ought to take a look.
Yeah, and I'm so reckless, I'm just going to run forward and poke my head into the right room and see what's in the room on our right.
Okay. Well, Honcho, being reckless, rushes ahead. And, the gap is so big, you can see into it, long before you're actually standing in front of it. Mm-hmm. But you rush ahead, and you can see in this room, and it's, again, pretty well lit, but you do see what appears to be a giant robot, about 30-odd feet tall, it looks a little bit like the Bastion soldiers' armor that you had seen before, but it's clearly not that because it's so much bigger. And it is its arms are down by its sides, but it's got like this some kind of support structure under its shoulders, and its feet are actually off of the ground, and there's like a sort of a almost a scaffolding built around it that you could. It looks like it's designed to allow access, sort of, to it, to for God knows what reason. But that's the most striking thing in the large room on the right hand side, and the thing is so big it almost dwarfs the room, which is massive in and of itself. And then there's all sorts of like various little tools and things on the ground. There's like a sort of a workstation set up next to the scaffolding with like an old computer terminal on it. This is, you feel like you can guess, probably the giant robot that Mr. Green alluded to, but it does not move. It does not do anything. It's not even on the ground. It's like hoisted slightly above the ground.
Hey, you dumb robot! Nothing.
Does not respond in any way.
Okay, I think this room's okay, but we've got this big-ass robot. What's over in the left room, Mr. Pickle?
Well, wait a second now. You said you think this room's okay, but you mentioned the giant robot. I have to see that myself.
Well, come look at this giant-ass robot. It's just suspended from the ceiling, and it got some kind of...
So it's got like a kind of a lift that's suspending it with these. It's like a two-pronged fork with like these. It's almost like a forklift fork, right?
Yeah.
Except in its armpits, basically, with these like black and yellow striped tines coming out from underneath it, and it's apparently some sort of hydraulic lift structure or something that's holding it up.
Yeah, it's hanging up here on this fork.
Well, how about that? That dang old thing's out of commission, looks like. Well, yeah, if we don't find anything else, we got this. We could pick this thing apart. Oh, this thing would... You could build a whole other Boomtown with this thing. We ought to come back here if after checking out the other areas. I'm gonna go look in this left room.
So yeah, you turn around and look behind you into this other very, very large room, and what you see is sitting on sort of a short pedestal on the floor is a massive ring. It's hard to describe, but it's like a massive ring that almost looks like... I mean, it's easily large enough for this robot to fit inside.
Well, I found the robot's hula hoop. I don't know.
Good.
I can't think of what in the hell this would be for if it ain't for that.
And again, there's like a couple workstations on either side of this ring with and there's like wires and cabling all over the floor, and a couple computer terminals on either side of it. And additionally, coming up out of the floor are a pair of pipes, and they come up out of the floor and curve down into the base of the little pedestal that this ring is sitting on. And it's hard to tell whether the pipes are glowing blue or transparent, and whatever is in them is sort of glowing blue.
Yeah, I see some blue pipes. Yeah, funny stuff.
Yeah, it's funny.
Wacky stuff.
Well, I think this here robot's immobile. So I don't think we need to worry too much about this robot. We can take a look around the rest of this place to see what they got. And then we can come up here and see what we could do about this robot.
Yeah, as long as it ain't coming after us, we don't need to worry about it.
No, I don't think so. Let's check out this here elevator in the back of the place.
Oh, do I see my crowbar that fell down?
Yes, you can retrieve it.
Great, I'm gonna pick that up. And then, does that, if we go to that elevator, does that, is there buttons for that or anything?
There is one button, down.
Down.
Well, we were already I thought we was coming down to the ground floor. Apparently not. Got there's a.
I bet it's got sub levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now maybe we ought to check the rest of this level if there's anything else.
I think that was it, unless there was a door up front, but I thought maybe that was just the front door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to tell unless you
Maybe
go
not.
check it out.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll. I mean, if it is,
I'll tell you this.
okay.
I'll tell you this much. Honcho was reckless, so I imagine maybe he just went back and pushed the button. On the elevator. Yeah,
I did.
Well, and when you do that, a little sign lights up that says "Access denied" and is accompanied by a voice that says "Ooh, access denied."
Well, that's rude. Hey, Mr. Elevator Voice, why don't you let us go down? I don't.
You weren't. Oh gosh, you weren't supposed to figure out that I was actually had my consciousness uploaded. Oh.
Whoa.
Well, you sound like. Now your voice sounds a little bit different than your. If you are Bane, you're not how I pictured you sounding.
Oh no! Oh, silly! I'm not Bane. I'm one better than Bane. I'm Kane.
Kane. Well, now, Mr. Kane, we's here exploring this building that we was told belonged to Mr. Bane. You know, we was told there was some goodies inside here. Since no one else is apparently, using this place, we thought maybe we'd just help ourselves, and we would appreciate you not, interfering in nothing. We just come and we're just going to take some stuff and leave. And
what's the fellas got to do to get access? If access is denied, how do we get it?
Well, access can only be granted if you have the appropriate clearance.
I don't suppose anybody has that clearance now. I mean, I haven't seen no Bane company people around and ever. So, I don't know. Are you aware of, what the situation is? How long you been, your consciousness been inside the electronics?
Well, I uploaded myself hundreds of years ago. It must have been by now.
Well, didn't you realize there's been a big poxyclips?
What?
There's been a big poxyclips.
I was not aware of this.
Yeah, the whole world done fucked up.
Yeah,
We got nuked. We got nuked with an exclamation point. That's the name of the game, brother.
We done been nuked.
Oh. Well, in that case, I will have to ponder the situation, but in the meantime, I cannot grant you access without the proper clearance.
And a small slot begins blinking as if to suggest that if you were to find the right card to put in the slot.
Yeah. Well, maybe we gotta take a closer look around these rooms, around these workstations. Maybe find us a card.
Well, yeah. Or this Kane character. How about you just ask us some riddles and let us in that way?
Enough with riddles and doorways, thank you. Interdimensionally speaking.
I don't know any riddles anyway, I'm sorry. I am a scientist, damn it.
Well, no matter, we'll get the clearances somehow. You know, we're gonna get to the bottom floor, get them goodies.
Go back into the right hand room that has the great big robot, and look around those workstations you mentioned, the computer workstations. See if there's anything like a key card or anything like that.
You don't see one. You look quite carefully. The desks are rather cluttered with papers and sort of drawings and schematics and wiring and things, servo motor diagrams and whatnot. But after a fairly thorough search through the giant robot room, you do not find a keycard.
Now let's go look through that big ring room. See if we find one there. If we can't find one there, we have to go up that front door anyway and see what's up there.
Yeah.
If I was a key card, where would I hide?
You search also through the what we're calling the ring room, I suppose, and you don't find a key card there either. But you do find behind the ring. It was kind of hidden from view when you were outside, but when you are searching the room, of course, I assume you go behind it. You see a sort of switch box in the floor with like a kind of a large red lever coming out of it that is wired into the base of the pedestal that the ring is situated on.
Oh, I'm gonna pull that switch. Reckless like.
You reckless son of a bitch.
Well, okay. As soon as you do that, you hear this whirring noise start, and the blue pipes begin. The riddle is answered as to whether they're transparent and the substance is blue, because they begin sort of gurgling and bubbling up out of the floor through the pipes. It appears, and with sort of a quick couple snaps and sparks, and then like a blue glowing mist appears to fill the ring.
What in the hell's happening?
I don't know. I'm gonna pull the lever back.
All that the humming dies down slowly. The ring, the mist inside the ring dissipates, and the pipes return to normal.
Okay, now we know what that does. That makes a hum and a mist.
Well, yeah, but I suppose that something were to go inside the mist, something else would happen. You know, it has a function somehow.
Yeah, well, we'll find that out, but first let's find his key card. We know we've got to have one around here somewhere. Hey, key card, where are you?
Well, yeah, I suppose we ought to look towards that door.
Yeah, we can go up to the front of the building and look in that door.
Well, the door opens with no issue. and leads you into a small room. Kind of a nice looking room. And you notice that in the door that leads to the outside, there are what appear to be windows out into the street, although you didn't see windows on the other side looking in, so it's a little
magic
strange.
windows.
Yeah,
And indeed, if you...
tricky windows.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But this is a very small, pleasant, clean room, relatively. There's a couple small tables, each with, 4 chairs around them. On the wall, where the door is that you just walked through, on either side of the door that you just walked through, there's a vending machine with pre-war snacks, and on the other side is a soda machine with pre-war drinks, and they're both powered on. This building obviously still has power somehow, without some obvious generator running. You hear a quietly humming water cooler as well, with a sort of stack of those conical paper cups in like a dispenser, and so obviously the door you came through, on the opposite side of that is the door to the outside, and then on your left there are 3 doors. 2 of them are clearly restrooms, and one is labeled C Wing. The door that you just walked through has a label above it as well, and it's labeled B Wing /bio. And then the door to your right, there's one door on that wall, and that says A Wing.
Well, you know what? All these wings and I'm just gonna take a seat at this table and I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. I'm starting to get a little cranky. I need to send some tobacco.
I'm gonna look into C Wing because I think that's a secret message to me, because I'm still waiting for my letter C in my last name, so I could be Honcho Pickle. Right now, just Honcho Pie, and I'm still waiting for my C. So I think if I go into the C Wing, maybe I get my C.
All right. So you open the door as Dennis Pickle sits down at a table and begins smoking a cigarette. You pop open the door into the C Wing, and you see a much more narrow hallway than the one that you dropped into from the roof. And there are 3 doors in the wall on the left-hand side. Lab 1, Lab 2, and Lab 3.
I want to go down and look inside Lab 3 because that's the 3rd letter of the alphabet, and C is C and 3. There's a secret meaning here for me. This has all been prearranged for my benefit. That's what I think.
Could be
crazy.
So you walk down to the last door, and I should mention it's open, but it is clearly closable and also apparently hermetically sealable. So who knows what they were doing in here, but it looks like, as you walk by, it looks like all of these labs are individually ventilated and hermetically sealable. Lab 3 that you and that would explain the ventilation on the roof. You walk into Lab 3 and you see, and it's hard to know how to describe these things because I know you as a player will know what I'm talking about, but your character probably has no fucking idea what any of this stuff is. But you see a row on the countertop of what look like large industrial blenders. and a couple microscopes, and of course there's a computer terminal and a workstation and stuff, and several what's the thing, centrifuge. And there's actually a notebook on the table where the computer workstation is.
I'm going to take that notebook and flip through it, because I'm a cunning linguist.
So I don't know how much Honcho knows about gene sequencing. I'm going to assume that's very
Probably
little.
I know jack shit about gene sequencing.
Well,
But,
if you consider it a language, then
If it's a language, I'm a Gaka, Baka. What is it? All GACA. I don't know.
ACG and T.
ACD, ACDC. I don't know what all.
But yeah, so I suppose after flipping through for a few moments, the gist of it is that there's some kind of imported creature, and there's all kinds of splicing going on.
I don't like the looks of this notebook at all. I'm gonna shake it real good, make sure there ain't a key card used as a bookmark in it somewhere. No?
You shake it real good, and a key card drops out of it.
Hey, well, I just see that's exactly what I do. I use a little key card for a bookmark. Hey, Mr. Pickle, I got a key card and I found some kind of monster book.
Yeah, that's great. I'm finishing up my third cigarette. Just a minute.
All right, I'm gonna put the monster book in my pack. You never know. I might need to read this if I get bored. Abba cadabra babba, and yeah, there's some bad wicked voodoo in his place. I'll tell you what, right now, Mr. Pickle. I'll say I'm just gonna skip rooms, B and A for now, and just go back to Mr. Pickle for the moment. Look here, got this key
one
card.
and two, but yes.
Yeah, 1 and 2, and hey, we still a couple more rooms to look in, but they's up to some wicked voodoo in this place here. They's making monsters or something. Let's see at this here book.
Yeah, well, I think they, if they made monsters, maybe they all got nuked, and hopefully they're gone now.
Hopefully they's gone, but you never know. We need to be on our best lookout.
Are you flipping through this notebook as well, Mr. Pickle?
sure. Well, yeah.
The first, so I don't know how much sense you can really make of it, but you do find one kind of disturbing sketch of like a what appears to be a dog man, like a large, well-muscled dog man.
Whoa, look at that!
And there's a little human drawn next to him for scale, and he's like, 2 or 3 times bigger than the little human.
Little doggy on there.
Yeah, big dog. This a
must
big
be
mutant doggy.
Mutie.
Yeah, he's a mutie. They's making mutants in here.
Well, yeah, maybe, but I mean, I think our time being out here in the city, even before that, there's this whole place is making mutants. I got these wings. I think there's some kind of, alpha gamma rays just kind of floating around through the air, blowing through like tumbleweed around here. Caught me some of that.
Maybe these guys made the first mutants. Maybe this whole apocalypse it's got something to do with them.
Well, yeah, maybe these sons of bitches is the reason for the whole episode.
Well, looky here, see, we got the key card they're using as bookmark in this notebook. So, I think we can get on that. I think we got the access now and go talk to Kane voice, man, you know, but you know, there's also 2 doorways here. May have something interesting behind them. Well, you know, right here in the C wing, and then there's this here A wing, and that's before we'd ever get downstairs with the elevator. So maybe we ought to. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'll finish looking around this level before we try to go down.
Yeah, all right. Let's have a look.
You should always have a good look before you go down, so you know what you're going down into.
Are you making a sex joke?
What? No,
you know what I'm talking about. I guess you don't. You're a virgin. You ain't never had none. Yeah.
No, I ain't ashamed.
Not like me, your old man gone down on all kinds of babes. I know. I told you all about it.
I didn't understand any of your stories, and I'm saving myself for true love.
You're a funny boy.
I ain't ashamed. I ain't ashamed to be a virgin. It ain't embarrassing. I ain't embarrassed.
Well, I think you should be. But, yeah. But you're right. Let's have a look. Always helps to have a look. Know what you're dealing with.
Well, let's look in rooms 1 and 2 here in this here C wing before we move on to A, since we already got, you know, the third room. Yeah.
So, yeah. You, and I'll just fairly quickly tell you that labs 1 and 2 are basically the kind of laid out the same as lab 3. There are some different sets of notes in different handwriting in notebooks in those rooms as well about, you know, experiments and splicing and these imported creatures and stuff. But they're basically kind of the same. It looks like they were all kind of working on the same project.
Well, they say these creatures is imported, Mr. Pickle. That's the part that's a little bit disturbing. Where's these imported from?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that. Where the hell are they getting these things from?
They probably got them out of that magic circle in the magic ring room. You turn on a switch, and it's like a gateway to another universe. Because I remember I seen that old graphic novel that was laying around all beat up. You know that time called Stargate. I bet you there's that ring. There's a Stargate. These important creatures from another universe. They come in here and cause a dang apocalypse.
Well, now you're getting just carried away. I told you not to read them damn comic books, them funny books.
Yeah, they're funny books. They're bad for the brain, I know. But no, I think definitely these important creatures from somewhere that ain't around here. I'll tell you that, Mr. Pickle.
Well, yeah, I ain't been to no zoos like that, so they're getting them from, maybe you're right, maybe they're getting them off-world, off-dimension, something.
I think that Bane was a bad boy. He went through some bad voodoo, I'm telling you.
There might be a little bit of metagame knowledge slipping in.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, but that's, you know, that's totally cool.
Yeah. Well, I think it's plausible that I found me a Stargate graphic novel on a trash heap somewhere.
That's not unreasonable.
Yeah, but now, okay, so I don't know if we got time, but we got this whole here A wing we got to look at too.
Yeah.
We do have an entire A-wing, an entire, who knows how many sub-levels. And we haven't really messed with the ring too much, or the giant robot for that matter, and explored any of that stuff. So there is still, I am afraid, quite a bit of stuff to cover, which we are, I'm afraid we're not going to be able to get to it in this episode.
Well, that's all right. You know, every now and then we go more than 3 stories. We've done 6 episodes of certain games in the past. You never know how many we can go. I'm happy to go a few more. We're enjoying our characters, and it's a nice, simple, clean system.
And I did hear back from Mac after the first episode dropped, and he seemed to be enjoying the characters as well. So hopefully all of you out there are as well.
Yeah, and thanks for making it. Thanks for making a great game, Mac. I love playing in your universe, man.
Yeah, it's Fun so far. And so, yeah, on to the 5th, I guess.
Yeah.
On to the 5th. That may be the last one. Of course, now you guys know what will happen if you activate that ring and go through it. I'm quite sure.
I'm saving that for the last is what I'm thinking. A little bit of metagamey saving for the last. Good thing I found that Stargate funny book.
Yeah. But hey, if that actually happens, maybe we'll do a Honcho and Dennis explore Gonan's World.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think I'd like it there, but we'll worry about it. We getting a little metagaming. You're right.
Indeed. All right. Well, until next time, we will see you then and explore the rest of this crazy facility.
All right. See you then.
See you. Hey everybody, if you like our podcast, don't forget to leave us a good rating and or review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Spotify, or wherever you're able. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter at Goonies_world, and check out our website at GooniesWorldPodcast.com. Email us at GooniesWorldPodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.